the selector can't even think about replacing Rohit Sharma right now. They never had a replacement.
And we're back with Nikunj Chaudhary, and now we're talking about अपनी team India and India का selection. So first of all, Ajit Agarkar just got appointed as the new
all the best, Ajit.
I think every selector starts कि like हाँ कुछ अच्छा करेगा and then, like
And then
certain politicians.
yeah, like Hardik Pandya मेरे घर पे सोता है out.
नहीं इस बार I'm hoping कि थोड़ा better होगा as always. But okay, let's start seriously. Do you really feel इस बार कुछ अलग होगा selection committee में, like
I
going
don't
forwards, like India from now to 3 years later?
I don't think so. Matlab, there is this because I think the main thing that's going wrong with Team India selection is that there are some players who have gotten so big, who have got such a huge brand name and such a big fan following, that they are individually kind of more relevant than the team.
Like Kohli. Yeah.
Now, if let's say Rohit Sharma hasn't been giving performances for quite some time.
But he's relevant in memes.
He's relevant in memes. He has a huge fan following.
Yeah.
And the selector can't even think about replacing Rohit Sharma right now. Of course, other than the fact that he's also the captain.
Let's put that thing aside.
Okay.
Like, let's think of a team where there's no captain for now.
Okay.
It's like all are equals.
Just
but
players,
obviously they aren't equals.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Because as you said, some people have become like bigger than the team. So do you feel like people like Kohli and Sharma, apart from them, who do you think has become?
I think in Test cricket, even Cheteshwar Pujara.
I don't think Pujara has become that, because think like this is my comparison. Okay, Kohli had this out of form run.
Yeah.
Sharma has been having this out of form run, and Pujara had this out of form run. I think last year when in Test matches like with Rahane, those two were having this out of form run, and then they were not selected for some matches in the middle. And yeah, even Pujara was sent to England to play some county cricket and all that stuff.
But then you look at the
But Kohli this side or Sharma this side can never be like players that the selection committee goes to them and they're like, हाँ आप अभी selected नहीं हो इस series के लिए. Like
that would
imagine
be
this conversation. Like imagine this conversation कि कोहली आप नहीं खेल रहे, आधे viewers गिर जाएंगे उनके.
That is true. But then यार बात ये ना कि see Kohli and Sharma are bigger brand names because एक तो हर जगह खेलते हैं. They play all three formats, they play IPL and they captain their sides. Kohli does not now, but Rohit does, and they have these huge franchises.
But Kohli still has that captaincy
wala vibe exactly about him. And then you see Cheteshwar Pujara, who's just there for Test cricket, and when you see Cheteshwar Pujara, now people feel, or I think there's a perspective that Team India won't be able to play a match without Cheteshwar Pujara in it. They need somebody who can hold the ball.
And tire.
Which is not true. I mean, World Test Championship का जब final देखो, every other player in the team came back from an IPL season.
Yeah.
It was only Cheteshwar Pujara who was there in Sussex, who was playing county cricket for the last 4 months. He had great performances in the last 4 months, and then he got out twice in both the innings.
In like similar way.
No, in different fashion, but in very stupid way.
Actually very similar because like
so पहला वो था was a off wicket की ball थी जो in swinger थी and he left the ball assuming कि ये आ जाएगा and पहला wicket हुआ. Second wicket was even more stupider because it was a bouncer and
what I mean is similar in the sense that they were basics. Like it wasn't like the bowler, like it wasn't that surprising. Those balls weren't that surprising, and as a player with so much experience in Test cricket, that person should not be getting out like this. Like if you like, I was watching that match and like the commentator said, I think it was Sunil Gavaskar or someone who said ki you can expect Shubman Gill to make these mistakes because he's relatively very fresh and very new into cricket. Like even Test cricket. Like I think this was his first series or second series or something.
It was the
second series, right? That is still like okay, but if you're Pujara, who has had so many matches under his belt, who has played in like almost every country and has tired out every bowler. Like bowlers like Jimmy Anderson and everyone like that, Pat Cummins and everyone, and still you're getting out to balls like that. That was, I think, a big mistake.
And selecting those shots, that's a very big mistake.
I think, as you were discussing baseball in last video, I think there has been influence, even on the Indian cricket team. So you see these players like, okay, so for players that are young like Rishabh Pant and maybe Surya Kumar or Tilak Verma or these new guys, right? I think it's okay for them to play these shots because they're relatively new, right? They don't have that overthinking wala mindset.
Also the pressure,
expectations. But they haven't seen as much, right? So they can't think as much. Get it? So they can't like think like hum aise out hoenge, aise out hoenge. They can like play fearlessly, which is great, and they should like take advantage of this and play like that. But when you're experienced, you should like balance your squad out. You should see what you're doing and you should see what everyone else is doing also. Like if you have hitters, then you should have people who can like
back. You also have night watchmen.
You need good night watchmen, and like Pujara should have like stayed in that role. But this like
and so that brings up this question for our selectors. That is it right? Why did these players, big players became such a big name? Is not only because they played good cricket. कि एक time पे they were on the top of the game. Of course they were. A lot of players are, and a lot of players do become the brand. But the point is because they never had a backup. I feel. They never had a replacement.
But that's funny, right? Because in a country of over a billion people,
like unified over one sport.
You've seen that series, right? The Test.
Yeah.
You remember the coach says कि I always believe when he's talking about Kohli. He's like, I always believe if you're one of the 11 out of over a billion people, you're something special. But I feel somewhere that has now faded away.
It has.
Because like you're not keeping people ready to take that spot immediately.
See, you know? Like the thing with Bumrah. I get it. Bumrah, वापस आ जाओ.
Because
what is going on?
We need that one excellent fast
bowler. But in a country which, I mean, I don't even know how many players play.
We produce so many fast bowlers. Like every other cricketer is a fast
bowler. We have 30 domestic teams playing Test cricket round the year in the Ranji. 30. No other country has that. No other country has the resources. No other country has the talent pool. Or 30 domestic leagues playing Test cricket, and we cannot replace Bumrah.
I think this is where that players ko bahar nahi khelne denge wala thing should change. At least, fine, I understand if you don't want to send your Indian A team, B team, main team wale players, don't. At least send the young people from like Ranji and like below that and all that, so they can get exposure, and then they can, when they come up to that stage ki like हाँ अब तुम IPL में खेलोगे, अब तुम इंडिया के लिए खेलोगे, so they're prepared for that pressure.
यार मेरे को actually इसमें एक वो है, तो selectors का मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि the main thing is they are not thinking. I mean, you took Shubman Gill. I'm not saying Shubman Gill is a bad player in any way or form. He's a young talent. He bats really well. He has clean shots, and I'm sure he can play Test cricket in the future. But the point is, Shubman Gill का अच्छा season कहाँ रहा? Domestic cricket में, T20 format में, IPL में, right? है ना?
Originally.
Originally. And then you took that player out of there. Sure. You gave him a chance in Test cricket. Great. But you can't set that expectation from him. You can't set that expectation.
But I agree. You can't judge him on that, and you can't set your expectation.
You can't set your expectation कि शुभमन गिल क्योंकि IPL में इंडिया में अच्छा खेला, he would play against the Australian bowlers good in Test cricket in England pitches. That's a very different scenario.
एक तो international pitches का बहुत issue है. Our batters can't play swing a lot. And that is a very, like you've seen Kohli get onto that swing वाला, like same वही shot पे ऐसे out होता है.
और literally 2 बॉल पहले उसको review मिला था, उस पे review हुआ था 2 बॉल पहले because he was just Labuschagne ने उस पे बहुत वो किया था. Labuschagne was bowling and like it wasn't a cut, but then 2 बॉल बाद में मिलेगा, and they even took the review for further.
Because it was close, because they heard something, but it wasn't that.
So Pat Cummins wasn't convinced, the wicketkeeper wasn't
convinced. But Labuschagne was like 3 point or something. He was like हाँ करो.
Labuschagne was like हाँ करो उसके उसमें किया, and literally 2 बॉल बाद उसने वापस same shot मारा, same ball पर out.
See, this is like fine. Okay, I agree. Like you have to have some kind of
And then
weakness,
ऐसा
even
नहीं
if you're the
कि
greatest.
yeah,
But
Kohli
that's
has
okay,
been.
but
See, Kohli has this beautiful cover drive. We all know that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it hasn't been his friend lately,
yeah, definitely.
and he needs to recognize.
But this is the thing, see, like we discussed in the last video, like as I was saying, nowadays there's so many formats and so many leagues that
Yeah.
one player can't focus on one like task.
Specialization is a way to go.
because like playing test matches
Huh.
on international pitches like New Zealand or England, where the wind is strong, where there's like big swing, like outward swing, you need to train your players for that. But to train those players, they need to play that
Yeah.
thing for a certain while and
Yeah.
understand things, right? But अब क्या होता है कि जैसे कोहली है, he can't keep going there and playing, right?
Yeah.
Because इतना लंबा schedule है, like you don't know, like maybe you play there in January and then maybe you play there next year in February. So इस पूरे duration में you've gone through ODIs, T20s, other test matches, spin वाले matches because you're in India.
Yeah.
So like I think वो grow करना is very difficult.
I think BCCI is very lucky to be the board of India, right? Indian cricket, because resources, talent pool बहुत है. मुझे लगता है कि the right way to use
पैसा भी
बहुत है. And the right way to use it is divide the two formats, basically red ball cricket, white ball cricket.
You're talking about specialization.
Yeah, specialization.
Like England is doing this.
Basically.
Yeah.
You have two coaches.
We've seen Australia do this also. Like
Yeah. Labuschagne
and Maxwell playing in T20s. Yeah.
वैसा have to, because it's the way to go.
I think that should be the norm.
That
I
should be
think
the
you
norm.
should have like 3 to 4 players who are fine that you can keep like for all formats.
Huh.
Like maybe if you're going for Bumrah.
Yeah.
Personally, I feel like now that he's coming back, maybe fingers crossed, whatever.
Is he
But
though?
I hope like they like I understand that he was made from T20 cricket.
Yeah.
But I would be okay if they don't allow him to play
T20
cricket now. Because I would love to see Bumrah specialize in Test cricket and then take India to that World Test Championship, which they have been like lacking, because it is the bowling attack, right? It is the bowling attack that has been lacking majorly. Like obviously batters are not in form and all that. That keeps like
I mean,
fluctuating.
ये वाला World Test Championship में तो I would blame the batters more.
Yeah, but that form like still keeps fluctuating.
Yeah.
But you still have those big names. You still know that they can perform.
कि कोई एक मार के ले जाएगा यहाँ तक.
पर you
Sir
need that
शार्दुल ठाकुर तो
bowler.
है ही वरना.
कोई तो है, अश्विन भी है.
Don Bradman, Sir शार्दुल ठाकुर, Ashwin.
Best cricketer.
Best batsman.
It's like Harry Maguire.
But that's such a crazy stat यार. Okay. Oval में after Sir Don Bradman, it's only शार्दुल ठाकुर.
bowlers.
Oh damn. कि जिसने 2-3 लगातार ओवल के टेस्ट मैचेस में 50 स्कोर किया है. Damn.
It's actually insane.
When you think about it.
But going back to this,
Yeah.
I think हाँ होना चाहिए specialized.
होना चाहिए.
Like even Gill डाल दो like भले कोई भी दो formats करो. I would personally say Test
Yeah.
over T20 because I really like his orthodox
और
shots.
मुझे
and
तो
all of that
ऐसा
stuff.
लगता है कि why aren't we giving Ranji the importance that it deserves?
I think that's because again of the short form content thing.
Yeah, like,
I think it's because of that only. Like you see IPL
See,
being that
yeah,
big
yeah.
and you see Ranji being that small.
we are audiences. अपन IPL देखे और रंजी नहीं देखे एक पॉइंट है. Selectors IPL देखे और रंजी नहीं देखे is a completely different
Yeah,
thing.
but Ranji was always meant to be that platform which launched young talent, right? Which we don't know as an audience. Like
Agreed,
they're new
agreed.
for us. They come out in like the IPL or the Indian cricket team, and then we're like, oh, अच्छा ये Ranji में खेला.
अच्छा जैसे मेरा पॉइंट है यशस्वी जायसवाल. Again a very good young talent
Ranji.
can do wonders in test cricket.
He
Has done it.
He selected.
Yeah, for the
team.
yeah.
West Indies thing.
But now my only problem with him is कि why did he got an opportunity after he played well in the IPL? What does IPL has to do with anything?
I think it's about facing international players and that pace and that attack. Because look, fine, I agree कि IPL you can't compare it to like something like the World Cup or like an international match, but it is still huge.
It is huge.
Like that pressure, because you think about playing against like players like Dhoni.
Yeah.
Everyone is against you. You think about the entire stadium. Like this year, we saw the fans go crazy for Dhoni, right? Like
every year we see it.
2.4, 2.8
Oh,
crores.
by the way, happy belated birthday, man.
Yeah, happy belated birthday. But think about it, right? Like over 2.5
Yeah.
crore viewers just on Jio, right?
Mm.
Like not even on like TV or something, just on Jio, and not even the fans in the stadium, but like 2.5 just watching online, and the fans were going crazy for Dhoni. Imagine playing against him
Yeah.
as a young talent like Jaiswal, and still doing good. Like Jaiswal did amazing this season.
Yeah.
Against every team, I think he did great, because last season I remember Jaiswal wasn't doing that great.
Yeah.
It was a big deal because they kept giving him opportunity to open, and he kept getting out for like minimal runs, like 10 runs or ducks or 5 runs or something like that. But this season I think he's really
I think
shown that he can face fast
When
bowlers.
IPL becomes a thing of selection, when IPL becomes the format of selection,
Mhm.
see, I think there are two mistakes with that.
Mhm.
First of all, it's not the right format you're selecting in and for.
You depends, right? If you're selecting for T20, it's
No.
perfect.
हमको
India West Indies पूरी series है, right?
मतलब
इसमें
नहीं
break नहीं
मैं सिर्फ टेस्ट और ओडीआई की बात कर रहा हूँ. Like let's just stick to टेस्ट अभी.
Okay, okay.
कि पहला तो कि
Test, test.
अगर आप T20 के IPL से उठा रहे हो तो बहुत ही गलत फॉर्मेट से उठा रहे
हाँ,
हो.
हाँ,
And the second thing is you are inculcating this very divided mindset in the locker room.
How?
Okay, so for now, imagine 5 players were selected because they played very good seasons in IPL, and they were selected for the test team. First of all, they are not ready for the format. Just
Okay.
how we saw in the World Test Championship ka final.
Yeah.
So we, in almost every session, we batted and Australia batted. We had either similar run rates. There were some sessions India had more run rate.
Lower run rate.
Lower run rates also, but ऐसा बहुत significant difference नहीं था run rate में. You know where the significant difference was? We in every innings we faced almost 30 overs, 20 overs, 40 overs less than they did. We almost, and the way our top order batsmen got out. Sweep shot पे रोहित शर्मा आउट हुआ, कवर ड्राइव पे विराट कोहली आउट हुआ, चेतेश्वर पुजारा. The only person who played was the guy who was shifted to B contracts, Ajinkya Rahane. And Ajinkya Rahane also.
Ajinkya Rahane man IPL में चल गया.
हाँ.
Like so surprising that performance from him, man. Like just 1 second, no one expected this.
No one expected.
Because we've seen Rahane play in the
भाई
IPL.
भाई किसी को भी खिला सकते हैं.
भाई सही है, मान गया भाई. Because we've seen Rahane play in the IPL for so long.
And struggle for so long.
Yeah, but it's not like he's played bad. It's not. No, he's played good. He's been that.
पर समझ में आता था he's not the right fit for the
Yeah,
tournament.
like he looked like a test player playing in the IPL for so long.
Yeah,
and then this season he looked like a T20
player.
And he did so
good,
good, man.
so well. And but the thing is, when you think about how Shardul and Ajinkya had that, Rahane had that very very good partnership, उसमें 6 drops थे, मतलब 6 वो थे. We got 6 likes.
Okay.
3 तो पैट कमिंस ने नो बॉल डाल दी थी जिस पे विकेट हुए.
हाँ.
And then 3 drop थे catches, slip और wicket keeper मिला के. I mean, when you actually seriously think about it, we have a very poor batting lineup, and you can see that people playing in that test format or even in the ODI format play with the mindset of T20.
But see, this is the thing, na, ki like there are some players you cannot kick out of the team.
And
Even though
the
they are
selectors-
not having like the best season or the best time. Like I'm not like taking a dig at Kohli or Sharma or something. Kohli is doing good right now, but Sharma isn't. Right? So when Kohli wasn't doing good, he should have been taken out of the team
Yeah.
for a bit.
Yeah.
From like either one format at least.
Yeah.
Not all the formats. Give him like a break for at least one format so he can like recover
Yeah.
his mindset and his everything, you know. But right now, like Sharma isn't playing that well, but you can't kick him out because he's Rohit Sharma. The captaincy is secondary because you can find you have a good vice captain and all that stuff, but you can't kick him out, man. Like even though he's not
Rohit
doing
Sharma,
good.
हाँ.
And then there's so many openers India has right now. Like there's so many options.
And you see, मतलब पता है selectors. So like coming back to taking this conversation back to like selectors, that's been the problem of selectors. Selectors ने एक अच्छी फर्स्ट टीम बना दी है,
हाँ.
बट हमारे पास डेप्थ नहीं है. हमारे पास कोई अच्छा प्लेयर इंजर्ड हो तो उसके like replacements नहीं है. We've seen that with Bumrah, we've seen that with so many other players के अगर हमारा कोई एक अच्छा प्लेयर इंजर्ड हुआ तो there is a long time that we still we play with that gap.
Like कि जब issue आएगा तब देखेंगे.
तब देखेंगे.
ideology की like
we
जब होगा तब
have
देखेंगे.
we have so many openers So many openers इनमें से
प्लस वन डाउन पे कितने लोग हैं?
कितने लोग हैं? वन डाउन इज लाइक
वन डाउन पे सूर्या है, मेरे पास कोहली बैठा है इधर, और इनमें सही है बट they're not getting the time. Like Shreyas and Surya and so many guys aren't getting the time.
Would never get the time. Now that's the point. Now either you need to shift that crowd कि थोड़ा middle order batting में है. You need to groom them that way. You need to or maybe select more middle order batsmen or middle
I
order
personally
guys.
feel you specialization वाली चीज will sort a lot of these things.
A lot of
because imagine fine you have Kohli, Sharma and Bumrah and like maybe Ashwin or whatever. You have like 4 or 5 players that are constant for all your formats. But then you put in like players like Pujara and Rahane who are only playing tests and ODIs maybe. And for Pujara I think he specializes in tests, not even ODIs. Rahane can play ODIs, so put him there. Players like KL, put him in T20s and ODIs and that's it. You don't need to put him in the test team. You have people like Rishabh Pant who can give that test team that explosiveness in the end, which is required definitely. You can't count on Shardul all the time.
And then you need to understand कि जैसे Ashwin है, you understand how Ashwin is, how important Ashwin is to the team. He's a night watchman, he's a spinner and very good spinner. We need, but we don't have he's 36, we don't have a replacement for him.
Yeah, we don't have any
other
spinner who can take over that.
And that has been.
But even with Bumrah, you don't have any other fast bowler, and we're seeing this since like a year since Bumrah has been injured.
You see about the captain. जब धोनी कैप्टन था, उसने कोहली को ग्रूम किया.
हाँ.
कोहली को कैप्टनसी लेने के लिए ग्रूम किया. उसने तीनों फॉर्मेट्स की कैप्टनसी कोहली को दी. You saw that धोनी had a plan. Then Kohli came up. Kohli had no. I don't feel Kohli had a plan as a captain कि अगला किसको बनाना है.
Definitely, I think Kohli as a captain was more worried about
staying a captain.
No, I don't think staying a captain was the problem. I think like he wouldn't have like that captaincy thing wouldn't have come off him unless something would have triggered it, right?
Yeah.
Like there must have been something else that we don't know.
But it was such a long process of थोड़ा wearing off
like सब कुछ. But I think Kohli didn't have that thing कि like हाँ I need this one player to be like कि हाँ a junior me कि like मेरे को इसमें वो सारी डालनी चीजें जो मैं भी नहीं कर पाया कि like तू जिता. But this guy was focused on कि मैं जिताऊँ, which is also okay when you think about it. But then as a committee BCCI should be grooming someone.
आज की तारीख में कौन है? We don't have a captain ready to take over when 34-year-old.
To be honest, I don't feel like Rohit Sharma is the best captain.
No.
Like this is my opinion. I don't know what people like. It's good that he's the captain, but I don't feel like he's the best fit for Indian team and as the captain, as the face of the Indian team.
It was a panicky move. 32-year-old Virat Kohli को अपने 34-year-old Rohit Sharma से replace किया as captain.
Yeah, that's definitely going a step back.
Yeah,
that's 2 years older. जल्दी जाएगा.
So
plus when you think about Sharma as a player, Dhoni gave him so many matches to perform, and then he started performing. Right? Like think about the 2011 World Cup and all this. Like I think he was benched. Most of the matches.
Most of them.
And rightly so, because he wasn't in form at that time.
And throughout.
Even in Deccan Chargers. He wasn't playing that.
He wasn't playing.
But a lot of people don't even remember he was in Deccan Chargers.
But वो तो बहुत ही young था रोहित शर्मा तब.
Yeah, but think about Kohli and RCB in the beginning.
Yeah.
From the
Daniel
beginning,
always trusted him even from the first season.
And you saw people like Vittori and Gale and De Villiers who have had that captaincy experience and have had that pressure on them for longer than Kohli, going to Kohli and supporting him and giving him like techniques to deal with it. Because you saw his mindset change. More and more he played with these guys, right? Like even now, when you compare Kohli now to before he met De Villiers, I think he has changed a lot.
Yeah.
As a player, as a captain, when you compare RCB ka pura
even Dhoni had a huge impact on how Kohli plays, what his mind
that is so obvious. But I'm thinking like IPL side से भी उसको काफी
help मिली. But I mean, what I was talking about is that there is this general theme of events from our board, which is ignorance to what might go wrong. We don't want to identify the problem कि ये गलत जा सकता है. इसके लिए ये backup होना चाहिए. That far-sightedness, the board is lacking that.
But see, this is the thing. they don't want to identify the problem. That is the issue, I think, right now.
Okay.
Like, when you think about it, there have been so many things that we could have predicted. Like, Kohli being burnt out with the captaincy, that was predictable. Even the fans knew कि like, हाँ यार, like even the fans were like कि हाँ कितना मीडिया उसको दोगे कितना वो करोगे बेचारे को थोड़ा जीने दो चिल करे भाई. But it was so predictable कि like हाँ अगर तुम उसको तीनों की कैप्टनसी चलने दोगे ऐसे and if you keep pressuring him like out of form है उस टाइम वो और फिर तुम pressure डालते जाओगे तो he'll eventually be like कि हाँ यार मेरे को नहीं करना ये काम obviously. So that was predictable, I feel like. And then you should have had like a young player ready to be captain. But the best they had was Hardik Pandya.
And
which is not that great. Like, I agree, fine. He's done great for Gujarat. But the Indian team is a different thing. And the T20 side, fine. You can test him out for the T20 for like 2 years now or something. But I still feel like he doesn't have that kind of experience and that kind of mindset to lead the team and groom people at the same time. Like, why do we keep mentioning Dhoni? Because he was that great. He did all those things together, right? He groomed players. He groomed so many players.
And still as a player himself, he was a great finisher. He did what he had to when the team needed him. And see, that's what why do we respect Dhoni, or everybody in the Indian cricket or cricketing world respects Dhoni? Because he had that vision. World Cup लाया and he had that vision of क्या करना है क्या नहीं and how do we need to go proceed with this. I think this is what the board lacks tremendously. This is what the selectors lack tremendously. I think a solution to this is specialization, क्योंकि इसमें आप you can offer higher contracts, better contracts, higher paid contracts to test players, because the T20 and the ODI players will always have more brands, will always have other avenues to earn money from. You need a specialized cricket.
These guys have become brands, man. Like that you can't factor in the money for things. Right now it's, look, you have to get your priorities straight. Either you're here for the names and everything like that, or you're here to be the best team in cricket. Right? So that's the thing, you need to get your priorities straight, and specialization would go a long way.
And with the resources,
think about a T20 team with players like Shubman Gill, Ishan Kishan, Tilak Verma, Rinku Singh. Just these four. And coming off this IPL season, just these four. Jaiswal, five. Imagine this team. It's an amazing batting order. I agree that all of them like have mixed positions and all that. Like,
we need to work those problems out. Every team has those problems.
Yeah,
but to hash them out.
Like someone like Prithvi Shaw, when he came, even he was touted to be the next Sachin. This was what every commentator said when he debuted.
Club के बाहर झगड़ता
है. Now he's paparazzi's favorite guy, and that's it. There's nothing else going on in his life.
And not even paparazzi's favorite guy to click for.
Is he even playing Ranji?
I think he's playing Ranji.
But this is the thing. You can't just give up on players like this. You should have trained him more. You should have given him some time. You should have considered that if he's not doing well in the IPL, you give him like more test opportunities. Maybe he's that type of player.
You need to
but
test
they never groomed him so much. They were like, हाँ अब गया छोड़. I mean, and then it was because, and obviously you always have competition because Shreyas Iyer, Shubman Gill, Ishan Kishan, all of these guys came like similar time pe. So obviously you have this guy like fighting for you, for that spot.
What Indian selectors के पास जो I think worldwide globally जो उनके लिए शायद सबसे बड़ी opportunity होगी, people feel, और the other boards are scared कि इतने resources, इतना बड़ा talent pool है from these like Indian selectors to pick from. Indian selectors somehow have made that their biggest enemy, their biggest curse. That कि इतने सारे players है कि हम खिला ही नहीं पा रहे किसी को, हम किसी को prepare नहीं कर पा रहे, हम किसी को groom नहीं कर पा रहे. I think the board needs to take this seriously, needs to take more of a control here, because I mean this can't be happening.
As we mentioned earlier, it has been a theme that players are becoming bigger than the team. But when you look at teams like Australia or England, I don't feel like they have a player that is bigger
than the team. No.
I don't feel like even if Joe Root did something tomorrow, England wouldn't hesitate to kick him out, because that is how they're made. They feel like the team is the biggest thing, the country winning is the biggest thing. But now, like, I get it. It's not bad that Kohli is bigger than the Indian team. He has earned that. He has made his entire life like that, right? Like he's opened up his entire life and everything, and he's amazing in terms of marketing and all that stuff. So fine, I get that stuff, but still, like, you can't as a board allow that to happen.
Yeah.
Right? You can't allow one player to have that much power over the entire team.
And if you
like even if the player is not using that power, you can't allow that, because
and that's not realistic.
That changes everyone's
player
mindset.
not using the power. The player always uses that power.
But when you think about it, this has been the theme with the Indian cricket team throughout the years. Like even Dhoni's time.
Yeah.
As much as we love Dhoni, उसका भी ऐसा ही था ना.
Gradually,
he was bigger than the team.
If you keep the players first and the team second, gradually a point will come that the team will start ending up second, and that's what's going on right now.
वो winning वाला
वो नहीं. Rohit Sharma came out of losing 2 World Test Championships. It's a terrible thing to lose 2 straight World Test Championship. उसका पहला वो ये था. Of course he is a captain. He has to back his team. उसका पहला comment ये था कि no, like people should see that हम लोग 2 बार World Test Championship के final में, and that's a big accomplishment. For other teams,
which is fair, but still with the star power that you have on paper, it's very weird that you've come there twice and you haven't
won it. Yeah.
It's like Real Madrid going to the Champions League final and then
losing twice. Because
that's huge.
You can't defactor the fact that there are only 8 countries that play cricket professionally, and India is the richest of them all.
But that doesn't matter, right? Because in terms of cricket, we will never be number 1 until we get those World Cups
consistently.
Like Australia, why do people fear Australia? Because they have been winning World Cups. That's it. Like, fine, you don't remember what matches they won and all that stuff. You remember the trophies. You remember the big wins.
I mean, they're still the only country to win everything, every ICC.
And when you talk about India, there's only those 3 trophies you can look at. And 2 of them have been because of Dhoni. And one of them was so long ago, I don't think it's relevant right now. So that's the thing, right? Like right now, there's no doubt that India is not number 1 in terms of cricket, but in terms of revenue, they're doing amazing.
And I think that is where the board is satisfied. कि revenues में अच्छा चल रहा है.
Yeah, but use it ना.
Use it.
जिताओ ना. Fine, prize money मत लेना. Charity को दे दो. और लाओ.
एक ऐसा टाइम आएगा कि if we remain trophyless, neither the players would be as big as they are today, neither the sport would be as big as it is today, neither the team would be as big as it is today.
The players are big right now because they have been around for so long. Like Kohli and Sharma.
And they've won so much.
Kohli and Sharma go.
Yeah.
Do you think anyone will be bigger than the team? I don't feel like there would be anyone apart from people like Pandya maybe who could be bigger than the team.
I mean, we still have Shubman Gill.
Yeah, but Shubman Gill is someone who won't be given him the captaincy or something like this within the next 2 or 3 years.
We thought that about Hardik. We never know with the way Indian captains.
But the PCs trained like Pandya in terms of bowling and being an all-rounder.
But it's
they gave them so much attention.
But it's only T20 and ODI setting because Test में तो खुद he's not a player who makes it playing 11 very usually.
He's not a test player.
Yeah.
Like
नहीं backup test player है, worst case scenario है, but we have better test players, and that is where the issue comes in. कि शुभमन गिल की भी डेटिंग हिस्ट्री ने इतना बज़ क्रिएट किया, उसके आईपीएल परफॉर्मेंस ने इतना बज़ क्रिएट किया.
But cricket wise, when you think about it, he's been doing good. Like if you specialize him in like two formats, it's great, man.
Doing good, but then that's the point. You need to limit players from specializing in all 3 formats. You need to limit.
like वो पूरा बड़ा प्लान होगा. एक
प्लेयर को नहीं कर सकते. अगर आपको क्रिकेट को प्लेयर्स से इंडिविजुअली बड़ा बनाना है तो आपको क्रिकेट पे ही फोकस करना पड़ेगा. आपको प्लेयर्स पे से फोकस हटाना पड़ेगा.
आई फील लाइक एटलीस्ट ईच फॉर्मेट में एटलीस्ट एक प्लेयर होना चाहिए
जो उसी फॉर्मेट में खेले. यस, exactly, that is true.
Like you can use Ishan Kishan for T20
and you should have backup for every player there is. You need to have backup contracts, and if any board can do it, it's the Indian board. We have the money, we have the resources.
Like Bumrah ka backup they can find in an instant. They can train someone, they can, okay fine, not like in an instant, but like in a year you can have a new player like Bumrah.
But
because you have so much talent.
Yeah.
But
I was talking about like
it's been a year.
Yeah.
It's been a year since Bumrah
शादी के बाद से तो बहुत लंबा रूट पे गया.
कुछ है ही नहीं, like अभी तक एक भी player नहीं ऐसा जो that is even like close to him.
Death overs में हम उस पे इतना rely कर सके, difficult overs में rely कर सके.
Even if you think about these guys like Chirag and all this, but they can't take his place. They don't have that kind of bowling selection, that kind of experience, that kind of pace.
That kind of aggression.
In their pace is more important in this case.
Okay,
Bumrah's pace is incredible.
Siraj can't go there. The placement, the pace, it's unbelievable. And I think वही अगर हम लोग purely selection की बात करें तो वही that's what absolutely is going wrong, and it's where it went wrong, that we have given players and we have given their adjustment so much importance कि cricket has taken the backseat.
Yeah. So what do you guys feel like? We're done for today and see you next week on the Everything Sports podcast. Please comment down below and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.